Cool, let's rock and roll. Hey everyone, John here, lead maintainer of the open source Ladderly.io. Today's stream, we will be doing a bake-off or a race or a comparison of OpenAI Codex and Anthropic Claude Code. And here's a really big constraint, two of them. One is, I don't know how to use either of these things. So part of what we'll be seeing is the setup. Two is, I might have biased the whole thing. Sorry about that. I wrote a spec using ChatGPT. I'm expecting that both tools can fairly and equally implement the same spec, but there's a chance that there's some interaction here. Maybe because the spec is written with ChatGPT, maybe Codex consumes it better. And so those are two kind of big caveats at the outset. And then we'll be doing the 3 C's. So while those try and go along, if I have spare time, then I'll do my own thing in Cursor as well. But the focus will be these two. Okay, so let's get started with Cursor. Okay, and I have Cursor closed. Okay, let's open it up. I don't even know if I need to buy credits. Is there a free tier? I don't know why WSL is opening. Do I need a new repository? Probably. Let's go make a couple of repositories. Can I use a single repository? Let's try and do that. Let's see if they end up like Dumb and Dumber. My dude, can you check a site and LinkedIn account? What's up, Sims? Yeah, maybe. Drop it in the chat. Let's go, yeah, drop it in the chat. We'll see if we can do that. So here we'll call this Claude. Let's not call it that. Let's name it based on what the product is. It's going to be a chat Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. I think this person has been phishing a lot of people. Yeah, maybe. I don't want to put her on blast though. So I got this on my other screen. Sorry, homie, like, I don't know this person. 10K followers. Is she real? Is she not real? I have no idea. If you're sus, just don't connect with her. Yeah, I don't know about this website either. I probably personally wouldn't get involved, so. I mean, up to you, it's kind of like your own risk reward type of thing. It doesn't obviously look like a bot though, but you know, recruiters do be using bots, so maybe that's what's going on. You could get a suspicious message, but it could be like a real person as well. Welcome to the new age. Okay, so this will be like chat-based RPG, like agentic RPG. I'll call this agentic RPG. A chat UI, that's an RPG with agentic tools for like determinism, memory, and image gen. So that's what we're going to be building. The big idea here is, like, you can go over here to ChatGPT. You can say like, hey, let's play, if you can type, a D&D campaign, okay? And it will roll with you, but there's gonna be so many problems. It'll forget stuff, the die roll won't be fair. You can pretty easily solve that if you get it to use the code. I'll show you how to do that. Hey, let's play a D&D campaign, spawn a new campaign, create a character, and an enemy. Use code for the battle rolls. Rolls, battle die rolls. Okay, so this line right here, I'm not actually going to submit this, but I'm just showing you the prompt. This line right here is what's going to cause ChatGPT to actually trigger code, and the rolls will be using the Python random library, and it'll actually be fair. If you leave that out, it will do pseudo rolls, and they won't actually be fair. So there's training set bias in those roles. But even if you do this, what you're going to notice if you try to do like a serious campaign with more abilities, and the abilities have effects, and there could be environmental effects, and you want to keep track of bonuses before going into combat, maybe you want to do something cool with like a leveling system, or a skill system, or a base system where you're like building a base. All of those fragments of, they become inconsistent. So if you just do the naive way, they become inconsistent over the course of a campaign. Feel free to drop by the Laterally Discord and we can have a campaign together, and you can experience the pain firsthand if you're interested in that. Sign up for the Discord for free. But I would like a single system which has the rules and it does them consistently. I can go change those rules as code, they're configured as code. And then here's the real kicker, background image generation. So also if I do it this way, if I wanted to generate an image and I say generate an image of the battle, I have to sit here and wait for the image to be generated, and it blocks the game. And it can take, 60 seconds. It's not fun. The alternative is that you have multiple tabs open. That's also not fun. So what I'd rather have happen is a different chat UI that actually has another column, and the image is generated in the background. That's kind of like the main idea of this thing, is you have consistent rules, you have memory, and then you also have the images are being backgrounded, and so they don't block your game. Okay, that's kind of what we're going for. I'll use no template, this will be public, we can do MIT. Maybe we even get audio going later on, but that's not going to be the first goal. Okay, so I'm cloning this down. Keeping an eye on the time, yep. New terminal, zoom this in a bit for you. I don't want PowerShell going over to git bash. Okay. So now I've got this agentic RPG, and I will make dir Claude, I'll make dir Codex, cd Claude, touch.getKeep. Okay, so we have these git keep files that will simply make the folders appear on the remote repository. That's the only goal of the git keep files. So if I refresh, now I have these directories, right? Let me go grab the spec, and this spec I can actually download a markdown document. Okay, so I'm cutting that. Should I be cutting it? I don't know. I'm going to hit the escape key, and I'm actually going to drag it in over here. Boom. Okay. And this will be called spec, which is just like a description of the stuff that I want to implement. And this was generated with the assistance of ChatGPT. Okay. So how do we get Codex to read this thing? Let me kind of feed spec. And maybe the spec is terrible. I don't know. It's generated in a hurry. I haven't read all the way through it and stuff. I can also do chore md lint. So I have a format on save going on. I guess I should have said format, not lint, but whatever. All right. Now let's try to get Codex going in here. So here we want to get started. MPIG OpenAI Codex. Cool. I'm over here dropping that in. Boom. We're going to get started in VS Code. Well, maybe I shouldn't have hit the... Oh, not VS Code, sorry. Let me close VS Code. I guess I already closed it. We want to get started in Cursor. So it's going to install an extension. Cool. Do you trust OpenAI? Most days. So what do we do here? Codex, pair with Codex. Add Codex as a panel in VS Code, okay? Delegate to Codex in the cloud, okay? Sign in with your GPT account. Great, that sounds great. Mac OS, work with the ChatGPT Mac OS app. Okay, so maybe I should have been using my Mac, but I stream better off my Windows. How about over here? Claude. We released Claude Code. Okay, cool. How do I use it? Look at all our data points. I just want to use it, homie. Claude is generally available in, okay, use Claude Code. How I use Claude Code. Bro, like, where is it? Okay, here we go. Here's Claude Code. Use Claude AI recommended, okay? Yeah, you can have all my data and do whatever you want. Claude never loses the thread. Back from PTO, where did I leave off? What? Reference past chats. No, don't do that. I don't want to do that. No, go away. Artifacts, cool. AI-powered artifacts. Use Claude inside the artifact. That sounds cool. Let's do that. Analysis, that's cool. All right. So is this Claude Code? If I just like make a new Claude chat, that's Claude Code? I thought Claude Code went onto my actual computer. All I want to do is take every bit of data I have and throw it into something. Bet. I agree. Welcome in on TikTok. Consider throwing some likes on the video so the algorithm will throw it around. What Claude Code does for you. Build features, navigate any code base, and with MCP, yeah, so this has to be in my IDE. So why is it talking about Claude AI is recommended? It has to be in my IDE. Or a Claude console account. That's just a prerequisite. Okay. Okay. I think I might be getting it. We'll see. So I'm going to open up another terminal. So here's Codex. I'll rename it Codex. Here is Claude Code. I'll call it Claude Code. Okay. So how do I use this thing? I type Claude. You'll be prompted to log in on first use. Cool, easy. Dark mode for sure. Claude account. Yes, that's what I have. Let's authorize it. Now we're getting somewhere. That's not too bad. Login successful. Yes, use recommended settings. Okay. Do you trust files in this folder? Yes. Cool. Claude has context with open files and selected lines. Okay. Write a test for. Can I do this? This is going to be bad, isn't it? Because it's already going to be confused. Let me copy Linux style path. Yeah. In the current directory, Claude, implement the spec at dilly-dallying. Okay. Immediately error reading the file. Bummer. Cool. Okay, it read it. All right. It's a comprehensive D&D style. Now, over here with Codex, do you boot up as easily? So do I just say Codex? Codex. Nice. Let's sign in with ChatGPT. Love it. What's the advantages of using Cursor versus Visual Studio Code Agent? My fingers hurt, bro. I never used the VS Code Agent. I don't know. So I am, I adopted Cursor when it came out. VS Code Agent wasn't a thing yet, and just haven't really looked back. Zahi, thanks for the follow. This can't be reached. Well, that's a bummer. Does Codex work on Windows? Using Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay, so we found the first problem. The first problem is it doesn't work with standard Windows. What a bummer. That could be like a one-shot lose. So how do I open WSL? Wait, is it working now? No, it's not working. It's like going over here, and it can't run the callback. Okay, how do I do WSL? This might nuke the stream. Okay, be warned. No, it didn't nuke the stream. I don't know where I am. I'm on the desktop. CD users. Man. Okay. WSL is a pain. So Codex loses. Let's see if Claude Code can do anything. Codex just loses. Do you want to create a package? Yeah. Yes. Allow all edits during the session. Let's go. Looks like we're gonna have a mostly a Claude code stream, and here I'll do cursor. Okay. So we'll get a cursor shell going. I need to be able to spell. Okay. Here I'm going to open up the composer. And Gemini 2.5 Pro looks good to me. Let's implement this spec in the cursor dir directory. Here's the cursor dir git keep file. It's otherwise empty. All right, Gemini is reading it, no problem. Claude is cooking over here. Let's see what he's building so far. We got JavaScript going on. I might want TypeScript, but that's okay. Claude is cooking, babe. Cursor has these to-dos going on. Can the Visual Studio Code agent, does it have the to-dos? Yeah, it's going to run into trouble with PowerShell. Did that work? Okay, that worked. In general, I have problems with Cursor when it uses PowerShell, but maybe it's getting better. I don't know. So I'll run it over here. We're in the cursor dir already. All right, I'll just say done. It wants to npm I in the cursor directory. Whoa, what's up with all this? We need to ignore node modules. Need to ignore node modules, okay? Install the new packages, all right? And it's getting the idea that I'll be doing these installs. No matching version for dice parser. Claude is building a state machine. Nice. Cursor is going for TypeScript, which I quite like. Claude is going for JavaScript. I wonder if my spec talked about TypeScript or JavaScript. Please run npm I. Okay, done. Codex is cooked. So here's what we got going on so far. Cool agents over here. this generate response. Let's see what that looks like. Tool result, tool outputs. Here's the image generation. This is going to be a key. D&D, what's up? How's your day going? It's going pretty good. How about you? We're just vibe coding over here. This is a pseudo agent. This is a pseudo agent. This is not really calling Gemini. Whatever. If it works, I guess. So we got the front end now. And does the spec talk about JavaScript? It doesn't, but all of the models are assuming JavaScript. I would personally really prefer TypeScript. And in the long run, that's going to help the AI catch more issues and do a better job. On YouTube, Hackerman, what's up, what's up? D&D says, my day is going great. Glad to hear it, man. Thanks for being here. Over 600 likes on the TikTok. Thank you so much. You can give it even more if you want, and the algorithm will send the video around. That would be appreciated. Okay, so it wants me to install the front end. So let's cd front end npmi. We're defaulting to npm. I could go for pnpm, but that's okay. Claude is still cooking over here. Adding persistence in save system. Love to see it. So it's using Express. That's cool. We like Express. We got TSC going on in the cursor edition. Yep, I like that even more, to be honest with you. Guess we could use like a SQLite DB or something like that. You'll need to build this shared package. If we use a shared package, should we be using pnpm or is npm fine? Claude is creating a lore book. We love to see that. We love to see that. Is that included in my spec? Lore book. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So that's a result of the distillation. So it seems like Claude is understanding that just fine. Switching to pnpm would be straightforward and set us up with a more robust and efficient system. Continue via pnpm in this case. So the lore book is via YAML. The Cross Sword Tavern. That's fire. Market Square. We need those. It's doing a lot. It's doing a lot. Context only at 23% saturated. That's cool. Now it's switching over to next. We love to see that. Excuse me. Got the alias going. Okay, now I should be able to PNPM dev. Oh, Claude was already ready over here. Okay. To run the system, so I guess I need one more terminal. So this is going to be dev for Claude. And saying go over to the Claude directory, cd agentic. Okay, so while that's running, over here we PNPM dev. Crashed with nodemon. Whoa, what's all this stuff? Lots of .next, so we want to get ignore .next. Okay. Copy example to env. Now here we also want to ignore .env. All right, and npm start. Now, how do I get this information? Address already in use. Okay, so I'll stop nodemon. We'll try this one more time. Running on port 3000, let's see, localhost. Cannot get, buddy. Ooh, the crypto library. Now restart the server and try again, okay? Here we go. Claude, not bad, homie. So what do? Jump. Your journey continues. Fight someone. You find yourself in the tavern. The atmosphere is tense. Order a beer. Your journey through the tavern continues. Yeah, so this is a nice framework, but none of it really works. None of it really works. It's using sockets, that's cool. Can I just paste here? So can I not talk to Claude Code through the composer? Because this command line approach is kind of janky. Should we integrate the Google Gemini API? I can see there are several current issues that you need to fix. Okay, cool. On the cursor side of things, we'll reinstall. And dev. Now, maybe that's my fault. Sorry, I had both running. Nope, it failed anyway. Okay. So this feature is better DM agent Claude. Yeah, and there's a dependency thing on the cursor side, but that's not a big deal. I'm so sorry, I cannot apologize enough. Yo, chill, you're good. Perfect, now the core bugs are fixed. Let me restart the server and test basic functionality, then we can consider Google Gemini API integration. Okay, let's try it out. Run. You found yourself somewhere, okay? Run. I want to see the image. Eat. The figure catches your attention. Yeah, it's just like predetermined things. Yes, integrate Gemini, including banana. Nano banana. So if you go over here, if you go over to gemini.google.com, new, try image editing with nano banana. Boom. Draw a sick ninja fight in an anime aesthetic. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that was pretty quick. That was 6 seconds. Fellow nerd, how goes it? What's going on? That wasn't too bad, right? We could potentially wait here, but I would ideally like to background it. Gemini API key, cool. So here's the ENV example. Copy this over here. Let me go get a real key. Now it talks about these, but I don't have any of these. So I can go over to Gemini API key, and boom, right here, I'm going to bring it to my other tab, but you can just make one right there. Google AI Studio, that's the place to do it. And they have a sick free tier, it's really good. Actually, this is an even better, Google AI for developers, this is an even better place to go. No, it's not. That's not a better place to go. I can show you this. Let me shrink the screen a little bit. This Google AI Studio is the place you want to go. It looks like this, and you see Create API Key. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Got my key, closing that. Let's bring cursor back, taking you, and he's still cooking. Use Gemini false, what is all this? Constructor, okay. Bringing him over here. Boom. And now the real key is plugged in. Oop. Install dependencies, I'll do that. Set the API key, okay, we already did that. And then we'll test it. So first I will npmi. Then we want to run the server again. And visit this. Let's go. Claude Code is killing it, y'all. Who likes Codex? I guess if you're on a Mac, I would need to be using a Mac. On this side, we're going to pnpm We're going to pnpm dev. And we're still having issues. Unable to compile, yeah, okay. It's like not running the linter basically. So this is Feet, Gemini integration, and some new devs. Claude says, perfect, it's working successfully. Now we can do this. Oh no! Oh, because I'm running the wrong one. I feel hungry. Processing the action. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So it took about the same amount of time actually. This is much better. This is real, but the image is not rendered properly. Let's go to the console. The text generation is working well, but the image generation is not being rendered. Cursor is going to use Express now. Claude was already using Express. I'm going to say I'm confident I'm sincerely apologize. Don't feel bad, buddy. It's okay. No need to apologize. Steven, thanks for the likes. We got over 1,000 likes on TikTok, and I know that's significantly because of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we got PMPMI, and then let's try to run the dev. So Cursor with Gemini 2.5 Pro is lagging behind in this race. Perfect content security policy is updated. Okay. I'll run an NPMI just for kicks. I don't think I actually need to. Restart. Address is already in use. Let me cancel that. Thank you for your kindness and understanding. Incremental progress, it's a new error. Cannot find the shared module. Yep. Over here, empty cache, hard reload. I look around. Where the heckin' goodness am I? Where the heckin' goodness am I, chat? What's the AI mod you're using to ask it questions in real time to fix the code? I'm using two. So on the right, we have this is Cursor, this is not VS Code, and this is called the Composer window. On Windows, Control-Shift-P, Composer. On Mac, it would be Command-Shift, and this is the Composer pane, and so you can chat over here. Then in the terminal, this is Claude Code over here. Okay, so over here, I got internet disconnected. Ooh. Your eyes open slowly, a dull ache throbbing behind them, the scent of roasted meat. Thorin, a stout dwarf. Let's go fight someone. Let's go fight someone, dude. So it's processing, but it's not telling me that it's processing. Generating image, boom, and then that fails. Image generation still fails with a new error. Let's also show a response processing, or like result processing. Message with an animated ellipsis while the text is being processed. No image, check the JS script or the YAML. I meant JSON. We could. Let's see what Claude says. I think Claude is going to be able to figure out what's going on. So it's a more reliable placeholder over here. On the Cursor side, we reinstalled. And we finally have a clean node mon. Love to see it. Got a whole bunch of generated DTS files. So I want to ignore dist. Git ignore dist. also mentioned ready on 3001. What was that about? Backend server is running. Okay, cool. Cannot find module auto prefixer. Ooh. That's all right. That's incremental progress still. All right, here's the cursor version. The adventure begins. Start new game. Listen for sounds. Enter the crypt. I can't click any of these buttons. I would like to have a chat interface. Suggested next action is fine, but I should also be able to enter free form text and communicate with Gemini, getting a text response and a backgrounded async image generation result for each turn. Using Nano Banana. So the feature here is runnable cursor version. This is cool though, right? So how long has it been? So it's been about an hour and we've got an initial running version with 2 out of 3 of the agent approaches. See if I need to NPMI on the Claude side, nothing new. I look around. What time of day is it? Danny Tech, what's going on? Oh, result processing down here. That's okay. Let's see. Oh, we got an image over here. Your adventure awaits. What is this? That's kind of weird. You have no clear indication what time it is. Order a beer. Okay, so the image is putting the same image there. It's not actually generating a new image. The image, like a singular image a singular image is loaded. We are not successfully loading new images per turn using the Gemini image generation logic. Cool, it found it pretty much right away. That's good. I love on the cursor side, we are in full TypeScript world. I love that. Excuse me. Okay, here is the cursor version. Image will appear here. Start new game. You decided to start. The air grows colder. A faint scratching sound can be heard behind the door. Oh, we got a real image. Cursor is the first to get a real image. Let's go. I check my bag. Do I have any means of defense? This is like a very unrelated image. Okay, images are successfully created, but they appear unrelated to the game logic. Did we make sure to get a LLM text response first, then call the image generator to draw the scene based on the current turn result? All right, y'all, and I think that is going to have to do it for today's stream. We'll do one more try with Claude, but this is really, really promising over here. That's an excellent and insightful question. You've caught a key flaw. I love it. I love it. The brown nosing is wonderful. So Claude is still kind of in flight, as it were. So let's try this one more time. I actually don't know how it's generated an image or called a language model at all, because I didn't give it an env. Here's our AI service. Game state manager. From shared. Yeah, I don't know how it's calling Gemini at all. So let's press your ear to the door. I think it's like a pre-generated image. Yeah. Create a simulated DM agent. Yeah, so I don't think that we're actually calling Gemini yet. Yeah, it's just picking so good. It's calling a free image service and it's grabbing a random seed. That's hilarious. All right, y'all. And is Claude ready to? Okay, we'll give Claude one more chance. If the image here works, then Claude is officially superior. Otherwise, I'll call it a tie. I don't like the broken load by default. I look around. Where am I? Okay, and then it's going to load that preset one. So I think we have to call it a tie. Although this was pretty cool. I was pleasantly surprised with Claude Code, and it definitely is beating Codex, specifically on Windows. Maybe another day I'll try this on Mac. But look, y'all, I stream from Windows. My Mac is not set up for streaming, so I think Codex has to take the L.